Hi there. This is a very quick on-page website audit of your innovation plug. I found it here on Twitter, and I decided, to check it out and see the very first things I would improve, or the very first changes that are pending on this page. You've so far done a very good job. It's a very beautiful site. It's relatively fast. But there's some things that stick out to me as someone that has done this for the last 7 years that we definitely need to touch on. The very first thing I see is before we even get to the SEO is this section here. It says your partner for sustainable growth, and then leveraging cutting edge technology, blah 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 blah. This part right here. I have a problem with most websites that I visit, because a person, if I'm someone that has never ever heard of you and has no idea what you do, and I land on your website, I should be able to tell what exactly you do and who you do it for above the fold, like right here before I even scroll. The moment the page loads, I have to know exactly who you are, what do you do, and who do you do it for, and probably where you do it from. And it's not very clear here whether you build apps, or you're in networking, or do you serve farmers, are you targeting industries? Like, that's not very clear. And I'll give you an example here. For example, this is one of my clients. When you land on the page, immediately the homepage loads, you know exactly what you do. Their wellness and massage spa, they're in Brooklyn. That's it. You get, it's not vague, it's not covered in big technical jargon, so to speak. So this is the very first thing I'll change. Is let's be very clear about what we do, who we serve immediately in very plain English. That's number one. The other thing I've seen is the page speed. I've tested it using page speed insights here, and it's relatively slow, especially on mobile. And like 75% of traffic these days comes from mobile, so we definitely need to get on top of that. I have seen that you guys are already using for pictures, for example, you're already using Optimole. That's a CDN that it's a WordPress plugin that you can use, that actually CDN to speed up the website, but then it's still very slow. And one of the things you could do to improve that is by converting all the images on the website to WebP format instead of PNGs and JPEGs. I see you have PNGs here, but it will help to use JPEGs instead, rather to use WebP. It's a next-gen format. It keeps the image quality while reducing the file size itself, so that can help speed up the page. And we can look into other things going forward, maybe using Cloudflare and so on and so forth. So yeah, for the page speed, that's what you need to work on. At the bottom here, I subscribe to your email newsletter. I put my email here, as you can see, but I didn't get a confirmation. There was no pop-up. It was just it went, and that was about it. When I subscribe to anyone's newsletter, I expect to get a confirmation email to say that, hey, is this so and so? We've added you to our email list, and click on this link to confirm. And to even make it better, you could have a lead magnet that you use to prompt people, to make them want to give you their email. So stuff like cheat sheets and small lists to do this, to help them, as you mentioned here, case studies and summaries of articles and tips and tricks. You can create some and have a section on your page that can pop up when the page loads or something like that, or in the sidebar somewhere, that will attract people to want to give you their email, so they stay in touch. So there is that. The pictures used on the website, it's not very clear here because you're using Optimole, but it's important to make sure that they all have these alt attributes here. That describe what the picture is. So for a picture like this, and any one of these, it's just a small piece of text that talks about what's in the photo, such that the search engine bot can know what the photo is about, because it can't see the photo. So there is that. Then the other thing is the service pages here. You kind of consolidated everything, and I know this is a new website, so this is some of this go without saying, but you consolidated everything, all the services you do into one page. Like you need to be able to create a new dedicated page, for example, in innovation consultation or IT consultation that specifically targets this keyword. Maybe IT consultation in Africa or something like that. That talks about the details of what is it, the procedure, things like FAQs about this subject, and so on and so forth. So having dedicated pages towards that, and that can help with link building, because now if I have anywhere on the website where I talk about IT consultation, I can link to it, and then even when we are building outside links to our page, it's it's easy to link to one page other than just one service page that kind of has everything crammed into it. And then the other one is you don't have a blog. I couldn't find it here. I looked at the sitemap here. You're using all-in-one SEO, which is good because it helps create a sitemap. But when I load this, there isn't a single blog other than this template, Hello World. With blogs, they're pretty easy to write. With we can do keyword research and find a thousand different content ideas. You can look at my previous video on this YouTube channel and have an idea of how I do keyword research, for example. But there's a lot of content to write about all this, and then it then becomes a win-win, because once you have all that content, you can then start to summarize it and turn it into as you mentioned, case studies and tips and tricks and cheat sheets, which you can use to not only grow your email list, but then those are some of the things you can send them on a weekly basis. This week in this is what happened in IT consultancy this week, stuff like that. So those two things kind of feed off of each other, which is a win-win. Yeah, those are some of the things I've picked up on the page. And then there is no section of case studies as well. Anyway, the company is new. This is just 3 months ago when you posted this video, so I understand there probably isn't a list. But any person you've worked with and you've helped them improve their business, you should have a dedicated case studies page here. For example, this people right here. We can look at what you did for them and create a different page for that. Finally, your innovation plug. Let me look at let's look at the search engine results here. Okay, this is interesting. You already have the Google My Business page here. It links to the website. This number is 266. Is it consistent with what you have on the page, on the website? Let me see. 266. Oh, that's very good. To have that consistency in what Google calls NAP data, so name, address, and phone number. Those have to be consistent everywhere online. That call hours, book appointments, question and answers. We should take advantage of this FAQ section here and add more FAQs about our business and what you do. If you have a physical location, in terms of local SEO, this may not be very important because I understand this is an international business, but it could also help to have a few photos here of the staff, of people doing work and stuff like that. And then over time, these very people here, once you've worked with someone and they've liked their appreciate the work. It helps to shoot them an email, shoot them a DM. These reviews here, they need to start to add them here as well. You know, to improve the brand image and trustworthiness in the company. So yeah, that's a quick audit of this website. I'd love to meet you guys and discuss further, and maybe take a look at some of the people you're working with. Take a look at their sites. What can we improve, or people that are new, find ways of creating websites for them and creating an online presence for them across the board. So thank you very much for watching. Bye bye.